is now live.
Well, hi everybody. Welcome to In the Neighborhood with me, Dave Kelly, and the world famous, internationally renowned Russ Broom on the guitar, the incredible Mandy Stobo on the brushes.
I can't wait to see how he describes me. How's he going to
And
describe
brought
me?
to you by your favorite fizzy drink, Jim Button. How much is Coca-Cola paying you to have the Coca-Cola halo as part of your shot, Jim?
Absolutely, but nothing.
But nothing.
Yeah.
Gosh, we gotta talk to them.
Yeah, you're right. I feel bad. I was going to say a bad word.
A bad word.
Like butt's all right, right? I can say butt.
Don't
You
talk
just
to me
did.
about bad
Twice.
words, okay?
Yeah.
Twice I said butt.
Yeah.
All right. But actually, when I was in grade, the ever ongoing stories me in trouble in school. When I was in grade whatever, I think it was grade 5, we had a substitute teacher, and I guess I was doing my usual hijinks. And he says, "What's your name?" And Jim Button. He goes, "Butt, cigarette butt. I'm gonna step on you and stomp you out."
Whoa.
Don't mess with
Wow.
this substitute teacher.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, I had a lot of violence in my school on me.
Our substitute teacher trick was we'd say, see if how many times the same person could answer for attendance. So she'd go,
yeah.
Here, and just the same person answering.
Do you think they know? Do you think they just kind of go?
I was a substitute teacher for a while.
And did you fall for those things?
No, but I also, that wasn't easy. Although first year teaching is way harder than substitute teaching, because at substitute teaching, you can always go, no matter how bad it gets, at the end of the day, I'm walking out of here.
Yeah.
But your first year teaching, no matter how bad it gets, you got to come in the next day. That's the worst feeling. So
We should have substitutes for all of us. We should have one day where
wouldn't that be fun?
Just have substitute teachers for
so
all
Russ,
of the show.
who's your substitute, Russ?
Maybe I'll get my son Simon to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a character. Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Okay. I'll get Jack then.
Yeah. Okay.
John and Luke or Jack, Mandy.
It's up to you.
Depends on what you want the show to feel like.
I'm a fan of chaos, so maybe Luca.
Luca it is.
Everyone say hi, Luca.
If Luca does the show, he should definitely do it with a helmet cam and just run around the place. I think that'd be more interesting, wouldn't it?
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Hey, speaking of school, hi, everybody. Welcome to those of us who are just tuning in. We just took the lens cap off the camera, and we're going to start this thing up here.
We didn't have any sound that whole time?
Just, don't ask questions, Jim. Do not ask questions. Hey, Jim, speaking of school, and if anyone is just joining us, we had an incredible conversation about school. But there are some students out there who are graduating, Jim Button.
Yeah, and it's really cool to see what's happening with Drive-Through Grad 2020.
2020.
Yeah, they had talked to Gary last night. They had already, in not even 2 full days, 700 grads have emailed and signed up to participate.
Isn't that great?
It's going
That's
off the hook. I think it's actually going to start causing some stress, because that's a lot of people, right? Like
Yes.
Yep.
700 people. Yeah, and they're hopefully they can get a second venue shored up and manage it all. But it's got momentum like you wouldn't believe already. So
That's so good.
awesome.
So if anybody wants to be part of this, drive through grad 2020, and the through is spelled THRU. So drivethroughgrad2020.com, and it's got all the information. You can sign up, get on the email list, and if you are a grad, or if you have a grad in your life, a son, daughter, grandchild, register them, because then you get a drive-through grad.
yeah,
What
it's
about
been
graduating from isolation? Do we gonna have a ceremony for that?
Oh, we got to have a party for that.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping it was going to be the Calgary Stampede, but clearly that's not going to work out. But yeah.
I can celebrate it a little bit on the internet. It's funny if you like, Russ, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. I don't know if it's going to be enough for you.
I'll take anything at this point.
All right.
Well, let's soften into that if we could. Let's get our audience warmed up and ready by getting them active and doing a craft. Mandy, Stobo, you got anything for us?
Oh, you guys! Hi, I do. Welcome to In the Neighborhood. It's Wednesday and it's craft time with Mandy Stobo. Are you guys ready?
Oh, yes.
Yes,
All
I
right.
am.
Take me into my studio.
Oh!
Oh! You guys saw my secret note. That's
Oh my gosh.
That's for someone who's watching. Okay. So today we're gonna make a beautiful bouquet. It's kind of an abstract painting. It's really fun with shapes, so young kids can do it, and it's just really beautiful. It's a collage. It's awesome. So the first thing you're gonna do is take a piece of black paper, and you're gonna trace your hand. And kids love this. It's always fun. You always get the like really thick fingers with little guys. It's so great. So then you're gonna cut that out. So I'll show you here. Woo, we got a hand. Look at that.
Whoa, give that woman a hand.
Then you want to take a bunch of other colors, and you're just going to do really simple shapes. So circles, triangles, rectangles, that kind of thing. It's a great exercise for the little ones. You can do fun math games with these. You can do all kinds of things. So we're just going to do a couple of different shapes. And then you're going to take a green, and you're going to just cut strips. So now it's just assembly, which is really fun. And if you missed Mother's Day on Sunday, this is a great way to make up for it. So you're going to take all your shapes.
Yeah.
You want to just put your hand down first. You're going to put your stems in your hand. And the beautiful thing about this is it's so blocky that it's just stunning. It looks like a beautiful abstract piece, which I love. So you're just gonna add your bunch of shapes on your like simple shapes. You can do, if you want to do dots or crosses, you can have fun with patterns and design. I like this chunky color, so I'm gonna go with that. And then,
but you can do dots or crosses if you want.
You can, yeah. So then you're gonna just fill out your bouquet and add all kinds of patterns and glue it on. And then you've got a beautiful, abstract, cool bouquet. Isn't that cool?
That is cool.
Really...
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
You're cool, Mandy. You're cool.
Yeah. Thanks, guys. Back to you, Dave.
Mandy, you are some kind of a fish, and it is really good.
It's so fun. It's so easy, and you can make many of them. It's great for birthdays, graduations, Mother's Day, Father's Day, any occasion, really.
And
if you do want to make this at home, I did forget the sleeve. Hold on, I got to show you guys again.
Oh, okay.
I did make a yellow sleeve because I liked the Papa yellow. Okay, all right, I'm coming back. I will post Dave's address if you guys do want to make a bunch of those and send those to Blythe.
Yeah.
Perfect, man.
But knock on the door quietly because she has a migraine.
Yes, she has a migraine today. Do not bang on the door. Hey, Mandy, how much that art set you back there? Mandy asked that before we were on air. Mandy, where were we? I don't even remember what we were talking about. But Mandy's question was, how much that set you back?
We were talking about Russ's New bed.
Got a new mattress. Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
you
right.
know, Phil and I are in the market for a new mattress, so I'm all up on that.
Yeah. I'll send you all the info.
All right.
Okay, amazing.
Perfect.
Isn't that a cute
Mandy,
craft, though? I
it's
love it.
very cute. I just wish I had some coloring I could do with it. Do you have anything for that?
Oh, you know what? I do today, you guys.
What?
The one that we've all been thinking about and missing during quarantine, I think, and so I just had to draw him. Here he is.
Yeah, who's this?
Circle.
That's so good.
You grew up in a really weird time, Mandy.
Well,
tell me about it.
The crazy thing is, like, whenever people show TV from when they were kids, when they were growing up, because my mom and was a little on the religious side, we never had a TV. So all of like that picture, I only know it because kids at school talked about it, but I have no idea what happened
That's right.
on that show.
You've talked about that before.
Yeah. So that's Steve Urkel, Urkel.
Steve Urkel, that's right. So Steve, if you're watching, hi. We'd like to see your own show on Facebook.
In the neighborhood. Wow.
Wouldn't that be amazing if he just walked in my studio right now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, do that trick on us one of these times. Like, can we pick somebody for you to have walk in, Mandy, a guest appearance?
Like Phil.
Yeah.
Like Phil. Or Luca, maybe even Jack.
Yeah, those are who you can choose from for
sure. Jimmy, it's been a couple of days since we've chatted. Has the internet remained funny?
You know what's funny, Dave?
Tell me, the internet
is that I don't have an intro. I wanted all of an intro.
The internet is funny.
There we go. Now I feel like the internet's funny. Thanks,
Right?
Russ.
Hey, I think that's our best ever, don't you guys think?
Yeah. It's because they're so impromptu. Off the cuff. We were winging it. Okay, so on the internet's funny today.
Yes.
What's funny to me is all the discussion on tomorrow, that they're relaxing a bunch of the quarantine and the lockdown and all the words you want to use,
Yeah.
Some people are saying don't say that we're ending the lockdown, say that we're relaxing some of the measures. There's all sorts of discussion and politics around it, and there's a lot of different beliefs. I'm not going to tell you which way I believe. I'm just going to let my pictures tell you a story. Okay? Yeah. All right. But before we do, I'm just going to ease into it slowly. So let's go to the first one here. It's a little bit of just some humor, just some light humor. COVID-19 quarantine is affecting us all. Jennifer Aniston.
Poor Iggy Pop.
No, that's Jennifer Aniston, man.
Oh, right, of course.
Says so down there. Look down there, Russ. See?
Iggy looks younger.
Down there. Says Jennifer Aniston.
So good.
Or no, it's up there. All right. So
okay, next one.
And this is funny too, right? Like when quarantine's over, let's just not tell some people, right?
Yes.
Right? Yeah. People you don't want to hang out with, don't tell them it's over. Keep them in their house.
Stay there.
Yeah, so those are funny. Now try and guess my politics or my slant here. Okay, I'll start.
Okay, let's start. Right. Yeah.
All right. So, hey guys, I'm having a tough time deciding what to believe. On the one hand, the most prestigious doctors in the world are saying COVID-19 is something to take very seriously. But at the same time, this guy I went to high school with, who sees through media, says otherwise. Please help. Right?
Oh, man. I've worn out my unfriend button on Facebook.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
I see through the media. Yeah. All right.
Good,
all right.
yes.
You might be getting a leaning. And then this feels very much like what's going down in the States. The pandemic's a hoax. I want to get my hair done. I need a tattoo now. Nurse saying, see you soon.
I love it says get.
I want to get
my hair.
Yeah.
So good.
Get my hair did.
I feel bad. Saskatchewan, New Brunswick loosen restrictions after being declared non-essential. Well, we're now being declared a non-essential province as of tomorrow. So we're loosening restrictions. Right? All right. Now, this is kind of an American one, but you could transfer it to provinces. Having some provinces locked down and some other provinces not locked down is like having a peeing section in a swimming pool. Go over there to the pee section, please. Yeah. This next one's kind of a favorite. Oh wait, ladies and gentlemen, this is the captain. We've stabilized the ship, so we're reopening the buffet. Right? Like, that's a pretty good statement. That they've stabilized. They're not sinking anymore, and they're not tilting anymore. They've stopped. So you might as well open because everything's good. Get to the buffet, folks. Live large. All right, and the last one. This is possibly going to lean you towards what direction I'm going. Insisting on your rights without acknowledging your responsibilities isn't freedom. It's adolescence.
That is true.
How true is that, right?
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done.
So send all, for all those of you that disagree with me, please send hate mail to Dave at
kellybrothers.ca.
Yeah, you can send them a flower collage along with
and a flower collage for those that agree with Dave. Yeah.
Or maybe we should say, get your email.
Yeah.
Get your email address.
Get yourself some emails.
Now, but here's, and we should bring Julie Van Rosendaal into this, but here's my quick, I feel like isn't it fine? What bothers me is that Trump has taken over the argument for okay, we need to take care of businesses and take care of people's jobs. So when he says, so even in our jokes that we did, right, it's like the dumb people that want to reopen, but is there not an argument to say, are there smart people that say, look, there's a way to do this safely and intelligently so that people aren't losing all of their future?
Yeah.
Totally agree. And there's actually a really good argument even for opening up too. You know, it's that there's an awful lot of, like we talked about on a bunch of shows, like maybe show 33, where we talked about
that was a good show, wasn't it? I love that show.
I remember 33. Where we talked about, they put into the math the suicides and abuse at home and stuff. Like, put in those and put all the bankruptcy. All there's lots of reasons. There's no real answer. I'm just one of those guys that can't go out anyway. So I don't want anybody else to have fun.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to work when you're dead. But but hopefully it doesn't come down to that kind of decision for people. But there's so many factors. Absolutely, it's so complex.
Yeah, being a leader in a time like this is tough.
Yes, because every decision. I remember. I'm going to drop a name. Whoops, there's Barack Obama. But when I was talking with Barack Obama, I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
But when I was talking with him, he was talking about the only reason decisions come to his desk is because a bunch of really smart people haven't been able to answer them. Yeah. So there's no way when you're getting it at a position of power and authority, you're gonna make some people mad, and that's just the way it is. And that's going to be tricky.
So when are you setting up the interview with Donald Trump?
Real soon. God, could you imagine? I honestly don't know what I would talk to him about.
You don't even have to talk about anything. He'd just take it over for you anyway.
I know. I just can't imagine that being any fun or that interesting. Bit of both. Julie as wait a
Hello?
There's Julie.
There she is.
And you'd call as soon as I stood up to microwave my coffee for the
ring a ding ding.
I've got a nice coffee skin happening here too.
So Julie, is it okay to keep? It's all right to just keep reheating it, because I always wondered whether I could keep reheating it, whether that did anything.
Well, it does. It changes it. It's not the same, but I don't drink. I never drink it fast enough, so I just keep reheating it. I peel off the skin off the top, and I put it on a piece of plastic or parchment, and make coffee skin singles.
You're on fire
later. You can reconstitute them and make a new cup of coffee.
Wow.
Waste nothing.
You know what you could use them for? Those little mint things that you use for your breath, those little gross paper things. If you wanted to make you smell like you had coffee breath, just use a bit of that.
Totally, right? Just lay it on your tongue.
I just use it to cover up pimples, because if I put enough milk in, it's the same color as my skin. So it just works like this pimple cover.
Or like a patch, right?
Like a patch.
If you're going through coffee withdrawal, it just
slaps
it on your arm.
You could make a fortune, Julie.
Coffee skins.
The money you could make on that.
Right?
Blythe and my's favorite thing is we go to microwave something and then find the coffee that we put in the microwave.
Oh yeah.
the day before.
Yeah.
Totally, 100%. Oh yeah.
With the corn.
That's why you have a whole bunch of mugs, right? Because there's one like beside the chair, there's one beside the bed, there's one in the microwave. Yeah.
What are you making today? That's not coffee you're holding. There's no way that's coffee.
I just drank my sourdough starter. Just skip the whole bread baking. It's too complicated. Just have a shot of starter.
Yeah.
No, I've been sharing sourdough starter, and I cannot keep up with the demand for it. I was late.
What?
I was late getting on the sourdough train because it's finicky. It can burn through a lot of flour. But then so many people were asking if I had starter to share. I started bringing some over to Cafe Gravity in Inglewood, and saying, just go grab one from Andy. And he's like, just blowing him out the door. He can't keep up. So my house is now a sourdough starter factory.
Very good.
And so I'm divvying them up. And
do you pay everybody a living
them.
wage?
Sorry?
Are you paying everybody in your factory a living wage?
I'm paying them a lot of dough.
Wow.
Did you see what I did there?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Russ, you needed to do some music for that.
We need a drum. We need a snare drum.
We need a writer.
No, I don't. So, I've been naming them, which is the fun part of all this.
Mm-hmm.
And so someone suggested I name them after flowers. So they're magnolia, poppy, iris, lily.
Aw.
Last batch, I named them after Daves I know. Some of them are Davids, but most of them are Daves.
These are the
Right?
Daves I
Kids
know.
in the Hall, right? You guys all know Kids in the Hall.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And they all have different moms. There we go.
Sorry?
We all have the same name, but we all have different moms.
Different moms, yeah, exactly. Different, yeah. And then also, was it 50 Helens agree? 20 Helens agree? To do a whole batch of Helens as well. It's another lesser known Kids in the Hall sketch. She just named them after Kids in the Hall.
That's what you should do. Characters and Kids in the Hall. I got to see them live in Toronto like so many times. It was so
Really?
Did you really?
Yeah. When I was living there. Yeah.
So great.
I actually sponsored it. It was fun.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Did
were
they let you
they?
sit on stage?
What's that?
Did they let you sit on stage?
No.
In a
No,
chair?
they did not. No.
How
They're
what were
mean,
they
very
like
mean.
live?
Awesome. Better
Yeah.
on live than even on TV because there's, when you see a live show and it's like our show when something happens and you just laugh and you keep laughing. They did that a lot. They laughed a lot. Like you could tell they were having fun.
But it was genuine laugh, not like an awkward laugh.
Yeah, no.
Not like an uncomfortable silence laugh.
It was the we got to stop laughing because we're going to get through this skit kind of laugh.
Yeah. You got to like on Saturday Night Live when they start to laugh. It's
it's the best.
Yeah, it's the best.
Have you ever done the? Yeah, you guys go.
I was going to say the best. The best was always the Tim Conway and the guy. Remember that one with the dentist where he kept stabbing the guy? What was his partner's name?
Corman?
Harvey Korman. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one makes me cry every time I see it.
Oh, I gotta Google it.
Yeah.
I don't know
Tim Conway, dentist.
Look up Invention of Fire, and it was shortly after that happened where this was what Jim's talking about. So it's not that far
Are
in
you
the
saying
past.
it's a long time ago, Dave? It's almost the same as Kids in the Hall. That's missed it like what, 15, 25 years?
Right? Right.
Speaking of comedy and years ago, there was I don't know, probably 20 years ago, Dave and I did a segment on Breakfast TV I was making smoothies.
Yes.
And the portable kitchen had been moved out of the way and everything got unplugged to make way for the band and then moved back. But the blender did not get plugged in. So I put everything in the blender. I put in the banana and I put it in whole, which is weird because normally I would break up a banana. And then I went to press it and it didn't do anything, right? It was not plugged in. Do you remember this, Dave?
Yes.
So people brought it up for 10 years. People were like, remember that time you made smoothies? And so I poured it out anyway into the glass. And
Both of us, we put it in.
slithering out and into the cup, and it kind of it was all slimy, and it was tripped over the cup, and Dave was on the floor. He was slapping so hard. We gotta go to commercial.
It was so good.
So funny. He's like, thank God you didn't take a sip of the banana. Like,
oh, that would have been good.
That would have been like amazing. Yeah. Reality TV.
It's so glamour. It's so glamour.
No one would have remembered a regular smoothie.
No.
Right?
It was so... I used to live for that because especially I was with someone like you, where you knew it was going to be funny. So it didn't matter. Like the worse something went wrong, the better. Like I've had really nervous guests where things would go wrong and it would just be sweaty. And if someone was in, then it was fun. Yeah.
I remember wasn't there a guest that was so nervous he just kind of like
he ducked.
Down.
Well, it was like this. This is what it looked like. We came back from a commercial and it looked like this. And it was cotton, and there was no one there because
like behind it.
He went like I said, "We're back in 3, 2, 1." And he just hid behind the table, and I was looking at him like, "Get up!" And he was just sitting there staring at me, going,
"Oh my gosh!" So did you just take over and cook the thing?
Yeah. Well, kind of. And eventually, I just didn't ask him questions. I said, "I think I need your help to stir." So then he came up, and when he had a blue collar on, and it was dark blue because the sweat was just running down. Poor guy. So I just made him my assistant, and I said, "I think we should do the onions now." And he'd be like nodding at me.
You're so good. You're so good at making people feel comfortable, though. You are. Did you start doing the canoe, like across? He's doing the elevator. You're doing the canoe. The escalator.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
Hey, I want to talk quick about Jean-Claude. Now, we know Jean-Claude from being on breakfast television on DKL, because he came on with Soccer Without Borders.
Without boundaries,
Without boundaries, which was this thing he did in neighborhoods where kids had not a lot of resources. He just started with just getting soccer balls. He just bought a bunch of soccer balls, threw them out in the field, and sure enough, the kids showed up. Yeah. And then he built that into this incredible sort of a soccer program for deserving kids who maybe didn't have the resources. But then he's done something crazy during this time.
He is awesome. So Jean-Claude Munyezamu, he is originally from Rwanda, and he escaped the genocide in '94 and volunteered in refugee camps in Somalia and Sudan before he came to Canada just before 2000. And he's, like you said, he's created this amazing community around soccer, just something he knew would bring kids together in his neighborhood that has had the domino effect. And he helps with, all kinds of obstacles that people in his community have. Right now, a lot of that is around food. So he actually opened up his own little food hub in Calgary Housing unit. Calgary Housing gave him a unit up just off Richmond Road, sort of behind the co-op on Richmond Road. And it's amazing. It's this little, it's a whole unit. So there's the kitchen, there's the living room is turned into sort of a food hub, food bank, with all kinds of great ingredients that that people might not be able to find at the food bank. Huh. So the kids know that they can come and get food if they need it. They kind of keep an eye out for each other. People in the neighborhood and the community who might not be able to make it to the food bank. There was one single mom who has 3 kids under 3 or 4, and would be difficult to load them all up onto the bus to go to the food bank to get a hamper. So it's just a great example of, people in their community taking care of other people in their community in a very hands-on way.
It feels to me too, like he's like, even in refugee camps, I remember him saying, if you take up old shirts and ball them up and tie them, the kids would play soccer with it. So he knew that just doing something matters. And it's just he's a great guy to have in our city because he just does stuff and people show up.
He just does it. Yeah. And he's got, 600 kids, I think, participate in his, soccer club, but so great. He knows that he uses food as sort of a conduit. I mean, he used soccer as a conduit before. And even I had brought some ingredients up his way a couple of weeks ago, and just pulling into the area, there are all these kids with soccer balls, and they look out for each other. He's got a lawyer and a counselor who are volunteering their time for any families dealing with domestic violence issues, and just, with the fact that it's sort of all inclusive, it doesn't single out people who can afford food versus people who maybe can't. Everyone just knows that there's food available when they need it, and So yeah, he's just fantastic. He's one of those people who just does it. Just goes. Yeah.
I love those guys.
Yeah. And his unit is all approved by AHS. So he's got some volunteers coming in from the community and cooking with some of the ingredients that are coming their way, which is great.
Yay.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Good for Jean-Claude. Well, our city is from a genocide to Calgary and finding ways to make things good. He is our man. So thank you, Jean-Claude, for the work. That's so good.
Amazing. Yay. I'm going to go see him today and bring him some tomatillos and chutney and corn tortillas that came our way.
Oh, really?
So, yes. I'm gonna
hey,
he just texted me right before this.
Do you have any extra WestJet pretzels?
Oh, I do. I should take my laptop out to our garage and show you this.
Well, because this is what we're doing, a game show on Friday, and we're going to do it at 4 o'clock. Yes. So we're going to do it a happy hour game show. And Richard Bartram from WestJet is one of the guests. So I thought we should make a prize. Give him a bunch of pretzels.
I should make like a WestJet pretzel pie.
Yes!
Oh, for sure. And in fact, they just last week we went and picked up the first class snack boxes, which I don't think I've ever actually had myself on a plane.
Yeah.
But it comes with a little chocolate bar, some caramel corn, and salted almonds. So we've got a bunch of those too, but way more pretzels. Oh, yeah. I'm going to do a bunch of pretzel recipes. Maybe I'll do trashy cookies with pretzels and like a peanut butter pretzel pie. We just saw Richard came to the market at Rouge on Friday. So we hung out for a bit. And he's great.
Okay.
And he's going to be on the show this week.
On Friday.
Okay.
And we're doing it at 4 so you can have booze. So that's... not so you can. I mean, as if that stopped Russ.
Oh, great! That's good to know.
Yeah, there goes some Baileys.
There it is.
I put gin in the coffee.
So, yes.
Yeah, we'll talk.
We will.
We'll coordinate.
So that's on Friday, and this is Michael Bernard Fitzgerald, singing sensation, Michael Bernard Fitzgerald. So this is Mandy and I were talking about teams, and we kind of think that it might be Jim and Michael. Break up the Jim and Mandy team. Jim and Michael against Richard and Mandy Stobo is going to be our game on Friday. So that's part of our happy hour show. We're going to do it at 4 o'clock. And from what I understand, there's going to be some great food prizes.
Yes.
Yeah,
we'll figure out how to get them to people.
Yeah. That's awesome.
But that's the challenge.
The drive-through grad. Also, don't forget, if you're a parent or a grad or a friend of a grad and you want to have some sort of grad experience, drive TRHU grad 2020, or just look in the comments. We'll have all kinds of links and that you can sign up. And we're going to be, Gary and his team at Equals MC Squared and some other partners are putting on a grad for people. And they're going to do it over a few days, whatever it takes to give young people a graduation experience in a drive-through way is going to happen. Fully cleared by AHS, AAC, whatever the hell thing is. That's called. That one. Do you want to dance, you guys? Anyone feel like dancing?
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
How much that set you back? Okay, ready?
I think I wear this every week. Awkward.
Thanks, everybody. Mandy and I are going to come say hello to everyone at 10 o'clock tomorrow. The rest, we get to have our happy hour party on Friday, 4 o'clock.
See you Friday, 4.
Right.
Yeah.
See you then.
Love you. You're going down, Jim.
Love you guys.
Take care.
Whatever.
Bye.
Stobo.